Hello people, this is Bob from Kharischangeworks. I hope you are well. I'm going to give you 2 videos, 6 tips in one, 6 in the next, on issues and little things that give you a little bit more say in terms of the narc in your life, in terms of you regaining some power and a little bit more control in terms of the interactions that you have with said narc. These are very clever, these are very good, and as soon as you start implementing these one at a time or in a combination of others, you will completely disarm the narc's influence and the impact that their narc stuff has on you. Let's have a look at these these little tips, and I would like to hear your story when you implement these things, because they're really good. Number 1, as you know, narcs like to be the center of attention. You know that they have to be in control, they have to be right. Things have to go their way. You know this. This continual acknowledgement and approval is what keeps them going, really. So as soon as you stop giving them this acknowledgement, it is as if you are sucking the air out of the room in which they breathe. By you acknowledging them for what they do and for what they say and how they behave, play their game, you are actually pumping fresh oxygen into their system. Quit. Pack it in. Note the squirming and the withdrawal symptoms that they will go through. Because now all of a sudden the spotlight is no longer shining on them. It's now moved more towards you. It will make them feel very uncomfortable and very uneased in the situation that they are in. That means they have to now do something different. They've got to now do something else in order to try and get that spotlight back on them. This is a fantastic way of making the narc feel uncomfortable. Try it. Number 2, as you know, narcs like to manipulate. Narcs like to bully. Narc likes to control. You know. How do they do this? Well, they manipulate situations. They manipulate people. They manipulate people around about them in order to keep that spotlight focused on them. But how they go about doing this is they use emotionally laden language. Simply put, they don't speak factually, and this is point 2. They don't speak factually because facts are hard and strong. Black is black, white is white, green is green, red is red, and so on and so forth. But what they will do is they will try and sneak behind the fact and creep and wiggle in when it comes to emotions. You see, emotions are like water. Or as I put it to a psychologist years ago, it's like jelly. You can take the jelly, and there it is, and then you can pour that jelly into any mold you want. And if you don't like it, warm it up again, and you can mold it into something else. So therefore, emotions is easily manipulated, just like jelly. Water is easily manipulated. You can make it do whatever it wants. A fact is, it's strong, it's there. You can't move it because the fact will never change. Narcs know this as part of their DNA. So what they want to do is they know if you argue with them on the basis of facts, it means they can't win. And of course that is something that can't happen in a narc's life. So they bypass the fact and hit the feelings, hit that emotion. Like a friend of mine used to say, or he still does in fact, he says, why would a fact stand in the way of a good or a bad feeling? Simple as, if you deal with facts, you can't maneuver. Of course, if you based on facts, if your life surrounds facts and move forward as a result of facts, you're great. You're okay. The narcs don't like that. So if you want to start making a narc feel uncomfortable, start speaking factually and start avoiding or reducing the emotional content or the laden language in your conversations with narcs. Very quickly they will feel like they're being suffocated from this oxygen that keeps them going. I'm not saying you can't speak emotions to a narc, that's not what I'm saying is, but in terms of if you want to give the narc less power, reduce the emotional verbiage, and then you'll see what happens. Number 3, the narc is the ultimate authority. You know this. So in order to kind of wedge them out of the way, become an authority yourself. Learn more about narcs, learn how personalities, learn about all sorts of stuff. So when you are being challenged, you can speak from an authority point of view. They don't like this because it means if they're not number one, if they're not the eye of the storm, if they're not the queen of the chessboard, it simply means there must be something else. They're going to like that. You know this. So therefore, become an authority. Refer them to authorities. Very quickly, it's like trying to squeeze a triangle in a circle shape. It doesn't work. That's what you do when you start referring narcs to authorities, or you are the authority. Try it. Number 4, learn to say no. Simple, just no. Here's the thing. When you're always saying yes, you deflate your own authority. You deflate who you are as a person. You also, at the same time, as much as you are deflating your value and your worth, your time, you're actually giving it over to someone else. And trust me, when you give that over to a narc, you finished, you game over. So the minute you start saying to that narc, no, I'm not doing that. Not today, not tomorrow. I might do it next week. You jilt them. That's a good thing. See, the narc will always tell you no, because it's a power word, it's a power phrase, it's an empowering thing saying no. So if you want to really frustrate the narc, oh, by the way, so-and-so, do you mind doing this? No, I'm busy. Or no, I've got other things to do. Or no, I'm actually having time out for myself. You will see them scream a little bit. Why? Because they like to be in control. They like to push your buttons in order to get you to do what they want you to do. The minute you say no, it is as if they are now in a cul-de-sac, which means they've got to reverse and do something else. It's not just for the narc where this no thing is powerful. You can do it in whatever circle you want. It enables you. It's an empowering thing, like I said before. So learn to say no. Number 5. Set boundaries and consequences if boundaries are not honored. What do I mean by this? We all have rules to live by. We all have boundaries, or we should have boundaries. The minute you say that is not, that whatever it is not how I work, and you are being forced to press over, there needs to be a consequence of some sort. And when it comes to the narc, these boundaries have to be really thick, really strong, really steadfast, and they have to be implemented. You know as well as I do, the minute you give a narc a little bit of leeway, they'll bulldoze you all over the place. All you've got to do is say to a narc, no, and they continue. They're violating your boundaries. They're violating you as an individual. Hence the abusive, toxic, corrosive impact that it has on you as an individual. Your mental ability, your psychologically, emotional, sexual, financial. They abuse. They like asset. They don't care. As long as they've got something to destroy, they're happy. So what will they do? Let's have a look at something. What will they do if you say, that is what I want, that's what I expect? What happens if you say, do it? They'll come up with various tactics such as gaslighting. They will try and manipulate you around to get to think their way. It's one of the first tactics that they do. Or they might say, here's a gaslighting event, question, statement. So you go on a bit of a spin. Whilst you're in your spin, they'll apologize. Oh, I'm so sorry. And then tomorrow, they hit you again. These false apologies, these hollowness is so evident in a narc's life, because you see, when you really apologize and you're really apologetic, that behavior will change. So when you see this pattern of apology, no changed behavior, apology, no changed behavior, boom, boom, you've obviously doing something that is winding them up. And then finally, what they might do is, because you're not compliant, because you are now demanding more respect, or this kind of stuff, you'll either get the silent treatment or worse. They might potentially increase the abuse, name calling, gaslighting, triangulation. They might even start a smear campaign and such like. They might even end up going a little bit like a bit of a psychopath. They might even become violent, because you're pressing their buttons, the ones that they like to press in you. You're now swapping power positions, and they don't like it. Try it. And number 6, the final one for this video, is this. As you know, narcs have to win. Narcs have to be right, always have to be in control. You know this. As soon as there's an argument, a debate, man, I can remember one of those. Man, it was so petty, it was stupid. As soon as you win, there's trouble. Silent treatment's coming your way. All of a sudden, you will find the friends that you have now starts to become friends that you had. People that you would never have as friends will now start coming into your world. But they're not your friend. They're their friend. And they're their friend for one reason and one reason only. To spy on you, to be that flying monkey. To try and get more information from you, to feed the narc. For them to continue this abusive, toxic cycle. So what am I saying here? As soon as the narc starts to lose in whatever they are doing, whether it be a sports game, whether it be an argument, a job, whatever the case might be, the minute they start losing, note the change in behavior, note the change in attitude, note the change in pretty much everything that is so familiar with you in terms of your relationship with them. Note it, and then you'll know you're doing something that winds them up. Something that makes them feel incredibly uncomfortable. So there you go. 6 little tips at this point. I'm going to make another video for you soon. I hope you've enjoyed some of these tips. And I hope that you will start implementing some of these tips equally, should you be in a toxic relationship or have escaped one and is now looking at ways of strengthening your own resolve to maintain a healing phase in your life. Or you might actually know someone who is in a relationship or has just escaped such a relationship. Please refer these videos onto those. It's helpful stuff. Listen, I've told you before, me and Lara, we don't want to just give you theory. We want to give you some practical advice here. And let me tell you, some of the stuff works really well. If you really want to destroy the narc's power, start here. It will annoy them like nothing else. So, please do all the YouTube admin, the like, the share, the subscribe, the like button, all this kind of stuff. Guys, you know exactly what to do. For now, this is Mark from Kharischangeworks. Speak to you soon.